I see a lot of good men struggle with relationships and finding good women. Usually it's because they gave up on dating, because people took them for granted, and now they don't believe it's possible. But I'm here to tell you that it is absolutely possible. You just have to change your mindset about it, and I can help you with that.
No, men learned marriage, family courts, and the minds of women are stacked against them. The only move that does not lose is to not play.
So I saw this interview of a guy asking a girl what she brings to the table, and her response is exactly why men are tired of dating. She basically said she doesn't have to bring anything to the table and got offended that he even asked her that question. This entitled mindset is why men are walking away from dating. Here's what I realized: men have been taught since birth how to treat women, but we as women are taught our entire lives how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Like, think about it. From the time we're little girls, we're told what we deserve, what we should expect, what standards we should have, but nobody teaches us what we should give, how we should support, or what we should contribute. Men from a very early age learn about respect, providing, protecting, leading, and making a woman feel valued. But what are women learning? How to receive, demand, expect, and be catered to? We're taught that we're queens who deserve to be worshipped, but nobody teaches us how to be the type of woman worth worshiping. And the dating advice women get from other women is so toxic. We have this mentality: if he won't, then someone else will. So if he won't pay for your dates or buy you expensive gifts or treat you like a queen, then guess what? Someone else will. Like, that's basically the dating advice for women, and it's so messed up. Like, imagine if the roles were reversed and men were like, if she can't cook or won't clean or support or respect me, then someone else will. Women would lose their freaking minds. And then y'all would start calling that toxic masculinity. We've literally created a generation of women who think they deserve everything while bringing absolutely nothing to the table. And then we wonder why men are walking away from dating altogether. Men are expected to have money, a career, a car, a house, emotional intelligence, leadership skills, the ability to provide and protect. But when they ask what women bring, suddenly that's offensive. Meanwhile, men are working on themselves, building their careers, focusing on their fitness and finances, learning how to be a better partner. And what are women doing? Complaining that there are no good men while refusing to become good women. The dating advice for women has become what can you get, not what you can give. It's about finding someone who serves you, not someone you can serve alongside. And here's the contradiction that nobody wants to talk about. Us women can't say, get rid of the patriarchy, and then expect men to give you patriarchal privileges. You can't demand equality and then still expect men to pay for everything, approach you first, and provide for you. We want to tear down traditional gender roles when it benefits us, but keep them when they serve us? That's not equality. That's having your cake and eating it too. And then we act shocked when men choose to focus on themselves instead of dealing with entitled, demanding women who offer nothing but expect everything. This is why men are going their own way. This is why they're choosing peace over relationships. We literally made dating not worth their time or energy. You can't expect to receive what you're not willing to give. Like attracts like, so become the person you want to be with. Stop asking what men can do for you and start asking what you can do for them. That's how you become irreplaceable.
Men were taught how to treat a woman, but not what to expect from a woman. Women were taught what to expect from a man, but not how to treat a man.
Girls put guys in the friend zone.
Because we don't like them, they're too nice.
What's wrong with being nice?
We like talk.
This is exactly why there's so many men that are just done dating, because if they're a good man, they're being told that they're too nice by this type of woman. And her advice is playing toxic games like not texting her back. Good men don't want that. But what they're being forced to do is weave through this toxic craziness and trying to stay true to themselves, all while hoping that by the time that they do find their match that is also of healthy mindset, that they're ready for her, which is easier said than done.
Being nice and respectful and funny is all most of us got. If that's not good enough, guess we will just stay single.
If you're not dating for marriage, like, what are you dating for?
Well, do you think you can't have a lifelong girlfriend and have kids?
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
Because why would you stay with someone but not also just go ahead and marry them then if you plan on staying with them forever? Like, what's the problem?
Well, I mean, this is the solipsism. So you're saying, why would a woman do that? I get for you, maybe you don't like the deal, but I think it's a better deal for me to not get married. So convince me that I should get married.
Because you want to date other people, like, in your lifetime? You don't want to, like, just only be with one person?
Do I need to get married to stay with somebody for the rest of my life?
No.
Okay.
Are you worried about the liability or repercussions?
Yes.
So you wouldn't.
I am concerned about the liabilities.
So you wouldn't love somebody enough to make that commitment?
I can just reverse this onto you. Why can't she love me enough to not get married?
I guess.
So your argument falls apart.
They call it marriage, but what we have today isn't marriage. It's just a potential romance scam. Amazing how words completely change meaning over time.
I don't want to get married. There's no benefit to that.
What? You're not going to get married? Josh.
But why? What's the point of getting married? I have to pay $50,000 to get married for what?
Excuse me?
The little gasp after he said, "For what?" Facts that women don't understand.
Why aren't men getting married anymore? It's not because they hate love or they're against love. It's because the system is actually stacked against them. In 1960, 72% of adults were married, and today it's barely 50%. And among men under 30, it's pretty much nowhere. Here's why. Divorce courts, they'll take all of the man's money, they'll take the kids, they'll take the house. 90% of child custody goes to women, and men pay millions in child support and alimony every year. Then there's the happy wife, happy life culture where men sacrifice everything to keep the peace. Meanwhile, if a man wants traditional roles, it's labeled as toxic. So men naturally ask themselves, what is the upside? And for a lot of guys, there isn't one. It's not that men in general hate commitment. They hate commitment to a system that is designed to punish them for existing. Till marriage becomes a partnership and not a legal liability, men will continue to keep saying, no thanks. Do you think men are right to walk away from the thought of marriage, or do you think that marriage is still worth it? Let me know in the comments.
These men want you to meet them where they're at, which is in the pits of hell or at a local coffee shop. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not interested. Also, a walk date is like beyond me. I'm not getting my 10K steps in with you, sir. I don't give a fuck to do that. I view that as a low effort date. I don't want to meet a man that's showing low effort.
So gentlemen, is going on a coffee date the pits of hell to you? Do you think going on a walk with a woman means that you're low value and that you don't have worth? Well, let's discuss this. Ultimately, men are pushed to perform, they're pushed to become something they're not. And really and truly and ultimately, you are going to end up with someone, and the excitement will be when you're old and grey, going on a 10K walk and having coffee at a coffee shop. So why wouldn't you start there? But ultimately, it's not about performance, it's not about instant gratification, and it's not about grand gestures. What it's about is somebody that's genuinely wanting to connect with you. They want to find out about you. Does she love coffee? Let's go to a coffee shop. Does she love like sunset walks? Is she into cooking? Let's go to a cooking class. Does she like play? Let's, go to this new adventure thing that's to do with play. A man that's invested in you will be attuned to you. He will want to find out when was the happiest time of your life. What was your best date you've ever gone on? He will in tune to you and create something unique with you. For if you think the pits of hell isn't being taken out by a man who's got a Ferrari and taking you to the best restaurant like he's doing to every other woman, you're highly mistaken. It's not the money invested into you, it's the time, it's the effort, and it's the attunement. So men and women, please don't lose hope. You are valued by your creativity, you are valued by angels out there that want to know about you and your soul and want to create an experience that's magical, that can be created from nothing.
If you can't afford to take a woman to a fancy restaurant, it doesn't mean you don't have value. It just means you can create something different and magical, and the right woman will love you for it. I love you, you've got this.
No wonder men don't want to date anymore. Gentlemen, since when did a coffee date become the pits of hell? Since when did going on a walk with a woman mean you're low value? Men today are being pushed to perform instead of connect.
You like assholes or nice guys?
I think guys who are way too nice are so unattractive. It's like such like a ick. But guys who are like kind of dickheads and then they can be nice when I want them to be, that's
So guys are a dicks, like you think they can change. Has it ever happened? Has a guy ever changed?
No.
No.
This is exactly why there are so many men that are just done dating. Because if they're a good man, they're being told by this type of woman that he's too nice. And she admits she keeps going for that bad boy type that she's hoping to change into a nice guy just for her. Good men don't work like that, and they don't want that. But what they're being forced to do is weave through this toxic craziness and trying to stay true to themselves, all while hoping that by the time that they do find their match, which is also of healthy mindset, that they're ready for her. Which is really easier said than done, because if you've run into this mindset from a woman over and over and over again as a man, it's just naturally going to be harder and harder to believe as a man that a woman is genuinely interested in who you are as a man that will treat her well. And that is what's messed up.
Lies men tell. Let's get into it, starting with this one. If a guy says he doesn't want to get married, however he says this, marriage is just a piece of paper, we don't need marriage to prove our love, that means he doesn't want to marry you. He'll marry someone that he's serious about. This is just a hard reality that you've got to face. It means he doesn't want to marry you, and he will string you along if you let him. Another one. I hear women say, oh, we've been together for 4 years and there's no sign of a proposal, but I know he loves me. That is not truly a man looking out for you. That is not a man you want to be with long term. A man that values you and is thinking of what's best for you, your relationship, and your future, and also knows how valuable you are to him. Of course he wants to marry you. Of course there's going to be a proposal. 4 years is way too long. Another one. If a guy like ghosts you that you're dating, he hasn't messaged you in a few days, a week, and then he says, oh, I'm sorry, I've just been busy. He has someone else that he's more interested in, and he will come back and hit you up if you let him whenever that woman is not available or it doesn't work out with her. One more. If you're with a guy and he has a female coworker or a woman, like a colleague of some sort, someone that he's overly friendly with, and you start asking, like, wait, is there something going on here? And he says, oh, we're just friends. They're not just friends. If a man even puts you in the situation where you're uncomfortable with his behavior with another woman, they're not just friends. And he absolutely, if he hasn't already, will step out on your relationship. Anyway, I just know there's gotta be a woman out there that needs to be set free from the lies that terrible men will tell you. So I hope this sets a woman free.
Cry, analyze, shame, or spiral all you want, nothing changes. Men who want marriage choose it. The rest have already checked out and they're not coming back.
If you've been boyfriend and girlfriend for a couple of years, he don't want to marry you. I don't understand this. Let's be dating for years upon years. Year max. Do a bunch of things in a year, and you either know, like, yeah, okay, I really want to proceed forward with you the rest of my life, and or just move on. Like, what's this, like, oh, let's date. I don't want to be alone. Let's let this, ship go as long as it can until it just sinks. Come on. Kings do better. And goddess, if it's been that long time, like, you got to rethink your life and rethink, okay, why is he waiting so long? Being delusional, good. But being in denial, that's a lot of people's problem.
Yes, because for men, marriage is overrated AF.
Men look at marriage in such disdain. They're so uncomfortable to step onto that steady ground of quote-unquote marriage because they're looking at the possibilities of what a lot of women are publicly showing. There's women who wake up one day talking about they graduate from their marriage, they don't want to be married no more. There's women who wake up one day, decide that they're just going to pack up the house and leave their marriage, and their husband got to see it on a Ring camera. There's women who are going behind their husband's back and betraying them, betraying their trust, bringing shame to the relationship that he don't even know about. In a man's mindset, he doesn't want to sow into shaky ground. The foundation seems firm. It seems that you're portraying yourself in a certain light. It seems that you might be a good wife, but I gotta watch you. Because I don't know when the bottom is gonna fall out or you're gonna pull the switcheroo and become the same women that I'm afraid of.
Men are now skeptical, as they should be.
I told you, guys are tired. Guys are tired of you. They're tired of you pretending to want to take them seriously when you really just want the free drinks. They're tired of going up to you and you being like, thanks for the drink. You know, doing this game you do. Tired. They're tired of the takers. They're tired. They don't want to deal with any of that. They're tired of, oh, you know, you meet all of these qualifications, right? You know, you got all the qualifications, and she's talking to you and she's like, oh, but, you know, there's this one thing. He has a boat and it's red and I don't like the color red. Oh. Right? Because they feel like they can be so picky that they've got everything met, but they can just nitpick about everything, right? They're tired of you. You want guys to come up to you, change your attitude, change your strategy, treat them differently, and that's going to have to happen over a long period of time, right? It took decades to get here. Guys finally saying, I am done with you. And social media played a big part because now they go on socials and they see women talking all their crap. So they're like, oh, I know what's going on now behind the scenes. When I walk away after buying you that drink, I know you're making a fool out of me. They're like, I'm done. You're going to make a fool out of me? Honey, now I'm going to make a fool out of you. I'm going to sit at that bar. I'm going to drink my scotch. I'm not buying you nothing. I'm not even looking your way. That's what's going on. Change your attitude. It's going to take a long time for guys to feel like you've changed genuinely, and then you'll see. But for now, especially in the cities, guys are just sitting back with their drink, and they're just letting this drama unfold. It's hilarious. It's like, you know, they're frazzled cats. Frazzled cats. Ooh. Very entertaining.
Men didn't change. The value of loyalty, respect, and femininity did. We're protecting our peace now.
Question for the men that say they never want to get married. Which I totally get your reasoning. You don't want to get divorced and give up half your shit that you've worked your whole life for. Check, check. Got it. So my question is, for those men, do you live in a state that after 7 years of being in a relationship with someone, dating them, living together, you are married by law anyways? And then a two-part to that is, what about when you don't want to move into your girl's place? So you're like, hey, move into my place, right? So maybe she's renting her house out now and she has to move all of her stuff out, but you don't need it at your house because your house is already fully furnished. What is she supposed to do with her stuff? Because in your mind, if you get divorced, or I guess if you never get married, you guys break up, she would then have to then go rebuild, go rebuy all of the furniture. And as you know, it's always going to be more expensive to go rebuy the furniture you already had, that you had to go sell for pennies to the dollar. So what is your thought there? Do you get like a backup plan is, if we break up, then you have to help fund my furniture purchases because I had to get rid of everything when I moved into your place? Like, what is your guys' thought on this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Let's have a convo.
Don't want the unnecessary expense or the headaches. That's why we love to live alone.
Whenever I talk about men marrying for practical reasons and not romantic reasons, there's always going to be people who pipe in and say, well, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how marriage has been for centuries. And really, that's what people should be doing. You're getting married to build a family or to build wealth. And on one hand, okay, got it. I can understand that. On the other hand, this is what happens. You have to play it out. So you marry someone that you don't love. Maybe you like them well enough and you get along fine, but you know you're not marrying like the ideal woman. You're not marrying the love of your life. You're not marrying the one that really sets your soul on fire, but you're getting married for practical reasons because this woman, you know, wants to have a family. You want to have a family, and you're aligned on how you want to kind of build that family. Okay, great. But at the end of the day, this isn't the woman that you would go head over heels for. You're not going to turn yourself inside out for her. As a matter of fact, you're marrying her because she's going to turn herself inside out for you. All right, so then you have kids with this woman that you don't love, but you like her well enough. But here's the problem. Kids add pressure and add strain, and add distance in a relationship. So now you have the stress of taking care of one kid, two kids, and you have a woman that you married that you don't like, and you have a woman that you married that you don't like who is now responsible for these tiny humans. So her focus is on them, and her focus is not on you, but you expect her focus to be on you, and you barely like her as it is. So now there's this woman that you barely like, and she is not even focused on you. You're getting absolutely nothing out of it, and you aren't happy, and you're looking for a way out. And guess what? There really isn't a way out, because she's got your children, and for you to leave means that you're leaving your children behind, and you're also breaking up the family. And what do you do? What do you do? Now you are stuck in a situation that isn't suiting her, because you're not being loving to her, because you might be cheating on her, and you're stuck in a situation that isn't really doing well for you, because it's not really making you happy. You have your kids that you love, you have a family life, you have this status, but you also have this dumpster fire that you can't crawl out of. And all of it is your own doing.
Men who marry without love eventually check out emotionally, stay out of obligation, and disengage completely. No mystery, no nuance, just consequences. So now men are opting out of marriage completely.
75% of divorces are initiated by women because it was finally legalized to not be owned by men. There is a reason why women do not want to be around men, because they tried to own them. And y'all did this for centuries. You didn't give women the right to vote. You didn't give the woman a right to her own body. We're seeing that in real time right now. And no wonder women want to get away from you, because you don't really have anything to offer other than your control, abuse, and violence. A man would want to get married because men will continue to pay for schmecks from women. You guys want something from us. That's the funniest part, is we could go our whole lives without you if you just let us have the freedom or equality, because to you guys, us wanting equality is us wanting to have an upper hand on you. No, we just want to be equal under the system, but you will always want something from us. And then the argument is, well, women need men in order to reproduce. Women don't need to reproduce. We'll live hunky-dory for the rest of our lives, and we'll pick the ones that actually treat us with respect. And you know what? Like, gay men exist. I'm sure gay men will be willing to donate their sperm in order to keep the human race going. Nice try, though.
I'm a 34-year-old guy, and honestly, the reason I've basically stopped dating is because the performance pressure is just getting insane. And I don't just mean on dates, I mean in bed too. It feels like from the second I match with someone, I have to prove I'm emotionally intelligent, confident, successful, funny, stable, but also vulnerable. And by the time I actually get to the date, I'm already in my head. Then when it comes to sex, the pressure is even worse. I'm always worried I won't last long enough, or stay hard, or that I just won't be good in the way she expects. It's gotten to the point where I'm so anxious about disappointing someone that I avoid getting close at all.
Almost all men can relate to a lot of this, and now they're avoiding it altogether.
I swear to you, you get the best version of a girl when you treat them like shit. Like, I swear to God, y'all, it might not make no sense. It might not make no sense, but I promise you, all that little lovey-dovey shit, and they gonna take that shit for granted.
This right here is the biggest reason why a lot of men are giving up on dating, quitting dating, and going their own way. And you know what? I can't even blame a lot of guys, because a lot of guys don't have it in them to treat women badly. What she means by treating women badly is being that dickhead that women love, right? You guys always know about this whole bad boy that women love. Who's this bad boy women love? See, growing up, I've always seen what this woman was saying in the first clip to be true. It's the guys that were the drug dealers, the guys that were the gangbangers, the guys that were always like emotionally unavailable. Those are the guys that the women loved, right? And I still see it to this day. For the most part. Are there exceptions? Sure, but exceptions don't disprove a rule. You understand? The guy who the woman is always constantly thinking about or wanting to go after or obsessed with is the guy that's not giving her that treatment she says she wants. She says she wants a guy who responds quickly. She says she wants a guy who takes her out on dates. She says she wants a guy who gives her flowers. She says she wants a guy who treats her right. But why is it she responds to the guy who does the opposite? That makes me so mad. That makes me so mad. And you know what? A lot of guys have figured this out, that when you're that quote-unquote nice guy, right? all you're gonna do is get used. All you're gonna do is not get the right treatment from a lot of women. Not all, by the way, because there are women out here who do have sense. There are women out here who want to be treated right. There are women out here who want what they say they want because they know what they want, right? But a lot of them don't. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of guys are quitting on dating, and I can't blame them. You feel me? What do you think about this?
Unhealed little girls want drama. Healed grown women want peace, and modern women ain't them.
So behavior's a language. What's he telling you?
That
I'll
they
give
really just
you his
doesn't wanna be
language.
with me.
He does not want to be married to you. That's what his language. That's what his behavior is telling you. Tell me I'm wrong. I love being wrong.
I'd like to. But that's been the language since we were dating.
Okay. Until you choose to live in that reality, you're going to continue chasing ghosts. And it's going to be exhausting.
Men are done, and sooner women learn, the better.
I feel this exact way too, and I decided I'm gonna go see what they're talking about online. So I went onto the internet and I typed in why dating sucks, and I looked up content by men for men to see why are they irritated with the dating space, and generally why are they not trying. So what I first found is that they think right off the bat that social media is one of the reasons why dating sucks for them. Okay, but what? How? It's because we're on social media, and in their minds, we get so many likes and so many comments and so much false attention through DM. They think that we get so much of that it has given us a false perception of our attractiveness. Another thing that they have been telling each other too is that we see so many TikTok boys on the daily that give us a false perception of what an attractive man looks like. I don't know about you guys, but I don't see TikTok boys, and if I do see them, I don't think that they're like the pinnacle of top tier male attraction. But that's just me. Personally, I want an 1800s man like that girl on TikTok who did the interview. Another thing that they have told themselves is that if a girl likes you, she's just gonna give it up to you. She's gonna kiss you on the spot, she's gonna give you that ooh na na. They do not actually take into accountability boundaries or like comfortability or emotional connection or intelligent connection. No, they just think that we're gonna be like, no, but they don't care what we say. It doesn't matter how loud we scream it. So the response from them with all these little weird reasons is to not fix themselves, but to try to police us. And this is where you see them in the comment sections like, well, what do you bring? You only go for the top 10%, telling us that we need to give the bottom 80 a chance. What they really mean is give the bottom 5% a chance, which is most of them. Did I make that up? Yeah, I did, because that's what they're doing. They're making up numbers, I can make up numbers too. So yeah, they have absolved themselves of actually working on themselves, and they have created all these weird kooky reasons about girls who are 8s seeing themselves as 12s, and in reality, in normal society, they would usually be with a 6, but because of this, they think they deserve an 11. I know you think, okay, well, this just exists on the internet. This is just like these weird little corners. By the time it makes it to the internet, this is conversation that they're all already having in the workplace. This is a conversation that they're having in the bus, in the locker room. It's out there, it's in their heads, and it's in society now.
Men aren't policing women. They're reacting to a dating culture shaped by apps, algorithms, and inflated expectations on both sides. Many stepped back to work on themselves, protect their peace, and opt out of a rigged game, not avoid accountability.
Listen, the reason a guy is going to pick to marry a girl like the bitch or the selfish girl as opposed to a pick-me is because the pick-me would have already given him everything that he will get in a marriage. What is the incentive? You would not sign a contract with a company that's already doing everything for you. Why sign the contract? So the pick-me girl has already done everything. She's doing the wife duties. She's doing everything for him. She's moving countries for him. She's already his wifey, and as much as he might like her, what is the incentive to marry her? Whilst a girl who knows her worth and does what she needs to do and wants to do isn't doing that for random guys. She's building her own life. That's why every guy would rather marry her than the pick-me girl.
Same goes for all women. Nothing they provide that men can't get elsewhere.
No, males are not choosing, but
oh, yes, they are.
But I do find it hilarious how they are all like, yeah, we're done with women. That's why we're all single, because we chose to be done with women.
You know, if someone tells you something often enough, maybe you should start believing them, because, yeah, a lot of men are just completely done with dating.
You guys didn't choose that. You know you didn't choose that.
Oh, but they did. What exactly is so hard to believe about that?
You know that right now women are becoming really picky and not choosing men that all they do is bring a paycheck.
Like I said before, there's a lot of women that are very upset that a lot of guys are actually choosing to be single because they want all of the power for themselves and to be able to dictate who they date. It is incomprehensible to some that guys actually can choose who to date.
Although there are still women out there who will accept that. And I suggest you go find them and leave us alone.
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem at all. Because it's almost like personality types similar to some that we've just seen are almost the very reasons why a lot of guys are choosing to remain single.
How does a woman take care of a man?
What do you mean?
How should a woman take care of a man?
She shouldn't have to.
At all?
No.
Then why should a man date a woman?
What kind of question is that?
Like, what value would you provide to a man?
What? That's a crazy question.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have to provide some value to a man.
Then what's the point of the relationship?
What value do they provide to us?
Protecting you, providing for you.
This is exactly why so many men are just done with dating. Because I have said this before and I will say it again. A man is taught his entire life how to treat a woman. But a woman is taught her entire life how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Ladies, if you want the benefits of a man, you need to put forth some amount of effort. It doesn't even need to be as much effort as him. It just needs to be something because that is what indicates to a man that you're actually interested in him. And honestly, when one person is carrying all of the load of the relationship, well, how is that fun?
Ashamed of nothing, offended by everything, contributes nothing, entitled to everything. Modern women in a nutshell. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.